Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar. My name is Sunandini and I'll be the host for tonight. Today we are going to crack the code of non-tech grads like me and many of you who are watching this and who want to be a data scientist. And to crack this, we need someone who knows the ins and outs of this role, be it with skills required, the career trajectory, who is fit to do this, and what is the future of this role. So with me, we have with us Mr. Hitendra Patel, the head of data science at FlexiLoans, ex-Accenture and Pyramid Capital Housing and Finance. So glad having you here, Mr. Hitendra. Do you want me to call you Mr. Hitendra or Hitendra?
Hitendra will be fine. Thank you,
Cool.
Sunil, for the quick introduction.
Glad. And to all our lovely viewers, if you guys have any questions, just write it on the live chat box and we'll take those up after we have a conversation. And also during the registration, we have asked many people to fill in some questions and they have given us lots of questions. So we'll take those up after this session. So as we say, before we begin with the core data scientist career topic, let's just know more about the guest himself. And where he's coming from. So Hitendra, can you just tell us how did you land up in a data scientist job?
Sure. So I'll give you my career journey, how did it start and how did it progress, right? By education, I have done engineering and MBA. From schooling itself, I had a very good liking for mathematics and quants, subjects like history and language used to bore me, right? After doing engineering, still not clear like what I want to do in career. Again, then did MBA. MBA, you'll see mostly you'll find banks having corporate jobs of underwriting, credit, sales. Luckily, I got a job offer from startup, iCube Analytics and Data Services. I joined as a business analyst. Okay. Being fresher, no technical knowledge or technical knowledge which you get taught in engineering college, that's a limited one. Very limited knowledge of business. But I learned a lot of things in the three and a half year journey in my startup. Initially, I started doing analysis using Excel. That was the first basic model which I would have developed was using Excel, right? Then I started learning R, Python, which are very good handy tools that help you to do complex analysis or do data wrangling, right? And then slowly, like in that startup, my career got progressed into a data science. Luckily, I got a mentor or a senior advisor who helped me or directed my journey into data science, where I got interest. I learned different skills. I did multiple live projects at job itself. Right? So I was a lucky one to get that opportunity. Before doing that job, I did not know anything about. I did not know data science or data scientist kind of field exists.
And which year was this?
So this was like 2014. I knew what it is, but never knew what are those details, what kind of skill sets you need to have. But on job, I started got familiar with the projects, and I started liking, and then kept on deep diving in them, right? And that came because of interest and likeliness of what kind of project which I'm working on. I worked there for three and a half years. I worked across different industries. Right? When I say different, I work with retail clients, banking clients, pharma clients, multinational companies into beauty products, aviation, multiple things. Post that, I joined Pyramid Capital and Housing Finance, right? And again, since having a background in data science, but that was a new domain for me, right? Where I learned a lot on a domain side. Okay, in terms of domain, and I say business understanding of how does the banking sector or a lending business works. So those two jobs, first job gave me a technical expertise, second job gave me a business expertise or a domain expertise. And then I worked there for three and a half years, worked on multiple different diverse projects. And then I joined Accenture for a very short time. After that, I joined FlexiLoans. I'm leading a data science team here. Being here for 1 year, I manage a team of 10 to 12 people and work across a different aspect of a data science, starting from reporting, dashboard building, doing automations, doing hypothesis testing, deriving trends, as advanced as developing a machine learning model, using artificial intelligence neural network for doing advanced analytics. Okay. That's
Okay, we got a lot of heavy words here. Hitendra, we got a lot of heavy words here, and we are going to get back to them, but not in a very technical aspect. We are going to break down these things and understand data science more. So, do you have anything else, like anything else more?
That's how the journey is, right? And as I grow in progress in career, job scope kept on increasing, and different diversity of roles and responsibility kept on increasing.
Great. Now that we have an idea where you're coming from and what happened, so let's dig deeper into data science. So, can you just the first thing I want to know is what is data science, and not the jargons of anything. I just want to understand maybe through a practical problem that you recently solved and where we can understand this role better.
Sure. So, if I have to simplify what is data science or who's a data scientist, I'll say that someone who looks at data, do some data wrangling, or look deep dive into, do some massaging, understand it, come up with some insights or trends or actionable points from the data, saying, looking at this data, I think this can be done. That's a basic data scientist, I'll call it. It could be as basic as saying that this is a recommendation coming from a data, you should implement it. Or it's saying, yeah, this is the past 1 year data, based on that I've derived a formula, X plus Y plus Z plus. If you use this formula and use a scorecard, that will help you in better anything, better conversion, better revenue, better sales, cost saving, and number of things, right? So those are the simplified version of a data scientist, like someone who plays with data and come up with some actionables. Okay. So, now, coming back to the second question, right, where any business problem which you wanted to highlight, right? Now, see, in terms of recently, I was working on a cost optimization, right? So one of the so any leads which comes into journey, right? We do multiple API calls and pull multiple reports, right? So there was a lot of cost involved in one of the API pulls, and we were pulling reports, right? So we wanted to optimize that, right? How do we optimize that? Now we looked at complete journey, number of leads flowing it, and identify like there's a segment where there's a cost involved, but the conversion is very minimum. So simple 80-20 rule, right? We are spending 80% of amount, but the conversion is happening only 20% of that, right? So basically chop off that and spend on the rest of the 20% of the segment. So that's a simple analysis which someone, a business analyst or data analyst can do. But data scientist will come up with a conclusion saying, how do we use that, make the change in the journey, and did a business impact out of it.
Okay. And if I just had to understand the skills, because there are never-ending skills right now, and every data scientist is a role which is continuously evolving as well. So currently at this scenario, if you had to say some skills which a good data scientist has, so maybe a couple of skills that you can name.
So if someone wants to be very good at data science, SQL is very must to know. Okay. You need to be very thorough with your SQL skills. Understanding of data structures and databases. When I say databases, how are tables connected? How are they are joined? Okay, those are the data skills. Then in terms of a programming language, you can use any of the language which you are comfortable with, right? Python is most widely commonly used and is preferred by a lot of people because that helps in to move a lot of the things into production and integrate them with the system. Second will be like R, which is again similar to Python. You can learn R or Python, either of them. Both are complementary to each other. Those are the two basic skills. If you know this couple of them, then you should be go. There are multiple add-ons, like a lot of visualization tools like Power BI, Tableau. If you want to start, you can basically start with Excel, doing advanced analytics on Excel also. For someone who's from non-technical background, they can start with Excel. That can be a good start point.
Right. So these are some of the tools. Are there anything else, like maybe the pattern recognition and all these? Like, I don't know the technicalities.
So those are when I say pattern recognition. So there are different advanced skill sets which you need to acquire, right? If you go to machine learning side, then you need to learn different algorithms, right? How it's a complete course or steps which you need to follow if you want to develop ML or machine learning models. And and it could be as basic, low as small as logistic regression, and it could be as advanced as neural network.
Okay.
So there are skill sets which are, I say, good to have or not must to have.
Okay. Right. So, from what I understand, as a problem statement cannot be solved by one person. You need a team for it. And can you just explain us the process and the different people from different roles that you have to interact with and collaborate to make things happen?
So, see, as a data scientist, if I'm working on any of the business problem, right? Someone from business side, could be sales side, marketing side, operations side, say, come and say, this is a problem which I'm facing, right? That problem will be very weird, or I'll say not very structured, right? You'll not know what to do. So you need to have a slight understanding of business and articulate them into a data problem. Okay, so converting them into hypothesis, converting them into scorecard. So that's a one type of a skill set which you require. Once that is done, you'll have to again involve each and every stakeholders who are directly related to that project, right? Someone could be directly going to use your solution. Someone may not be using your solution, but may be impacted by that. Tech plays a very important role because any solution or any insight which you generate will get implemented into tech. If you develop any machine learning model, it's going to get integrated with your existing system, right? So you need to have very close connection with the tech team so that both are in sync. And you'll need business stakeholders to get a business problem, convert them into data solution. And once the solution is developed, they are the one who are going to test it, implement it, use it, and give you feedback that is it working, not working, and what went well, what did not went well. Okay. So as a data scientist, you cannot work in isolation within your team. You will be working across each and every team, and specific, and it could be as lower as someone who is doing very basic tasks to top management.
Got it. So, the most basic question I think many people are here to know the answer of this is, how does one start their journey to data scientist? And is there a sequence to things like, do we learn SQL or SQL before Python or R? Is there something that we should do?
So there is no sequence. You can do both parallelly or one after the other. There's no sequence between SQL versus Python. But before you jump into that, you need to, if you don't have any background, specifically people from non-engineering background, they don't know what is data, what is table, what are connections. So those basic skills needs to be acquired. Like how, for example, in Excel, you'll know what is pivot table, right? So advanced analytics can be done using Excel itself.
Okay.
Once you do some analysis using Excel, then you know what kind of insights can be derived. And then you can jump and start doing the same thing using SQL or Python. Then that will make your life easier in terms of learning as well as problem solving.
Okay, got it.
Because Excel will not require you to have technical skills, but will know how to solve the problem using data. Second, if you replicate that using Python or R or SQL, you'll just try to replicate, and then you'll learn skills of technical level.
Okay. And other than these tools, is there anything else that we step into after this?
You can do machine learning courses then. But those are specific algos. If you want to do machine learning algorithm, then only required.
Got it. So after a lot of research and partnering with many people, we at AltUni, as well as like partnering with industry experts you, we have created a course which is a data science course with industry experts. You can learn tools like Power BI, MySQL, Python, R, and also be part of a live industry project. You can also offer a 1 week of Dubai immersion program as well. And this starts on 21st of Jan, 2023. So we have great industry experts who are looking into this, and you can just check out the brochure that we are going to attach on the link itself. And I'll be attaching you and irritating you guys continuously with the brochure, because I have studied a bits parts of Python from this course itself, and it's something crazy and I'm interested in. So guys, you can just check if you want to study and know more about data. We have a very good sequence as well, so just check it out. So after this thing, so one of the most recurring question that we get, Hitendra, is that many people want to know how to build a better profile and stand out during the interviews. So what are the life projects that we should do in order to get a practical exposure? So this is the question that people have, that how to get that practical impact with the theory that they read or study from YouTube or courses like us. So can you just explain the life project that AltUni course has to get, for people to get a better idea on this?
Sure. I'll just brief you like what kind of project which I am thinking of. One more suggestion could be you can apart from this project, you can also look at different online sources which can help you to do some small project. Kaggle could be one of them. And you
Hmm.
can pick a project related to your domain or a work ex which you have, right? If you're working from a retail industry, then you can pick up the project which is related to retail. If you're working from an insurance company, then you can look for a project which is related to insurance. So that will help you to solve your business problem using data. I'll just give a slight brief about the process, what is there, and what kind of a project which I'm thinking of. So as a FlexiLoan, we do unsecured business loans, right? So on our website, every month, a couple of lakh people comes and apply for loan, right?
Hmm.
Uh, the journey is complete digital, but not all the customers do complete digital journey, right? So there is a assisted journey where once customer reaches to website and applies for some basic details, someone from CRM team will reach out and call them, right? But
Hmm.
the bandwidth available for calling those 2 lakh people will not be there, right? Now we need to prioritize like whom should we call first. Okay. So that's a business problem which you want to solve. You want to tell CRM team like these are the maybe 10, 20, 30% of the lead which you should focus to get your best conversion. Okay. Uh, the journey is structured such a way that customer may fill information 1, 2, 3, 4 and provides a multiple document at each step. And at backend also, system automatically pulls some of the information from available different sources. Using those information and data provided by customer, you need to prioritize customer for calling. Okay. So the project will be to come up with some model scorecard or some suggestions. It could be simple rule-based scorecard. It could be simple advanced machine learning model. It could be reinforcement learning model, which regressively learns based on itself, which will say that at this stage of the journey, if I today, if I have 100 customer in my queue, this will be my priority for calling, and which will lead to a better conversion. So you'll be optimizing a lead to disbursement of conversion. Okay, that is a project. Your will provides you actual data with some anonymization. So you'll be working completely on a actual data rather than saying a dummy or some mocked data. And yeah, that's the project. If you want to know anything specific, then let me know. I can help you with that.
Got it. So, guys, if you want to know something specific, just put this across on the live chat. And if you feel that this is something which you would need, just put this across on the live chat as well. And if you have any questions, also put this on the live chat. So, we are going to move forward. On that note, I'm going to take up the questions that we actually got from the registrations itself. So, all those people who are watching and who have questioned us in that are here with your answers. So, we are starting. Hitendra, are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have been talking for long, so just
Mhm.
asking. So, what is the first question is what is the current industry and job outlook for data scientists?
Got it. So, see, last 2, 3 years, specifically for post-COVID, a lot of the different industry have started incorporating data science or data science as a separate team. Uh,
Hmm.
Initially, maybe 5, 10 years ago, you would have not seen a data science or analytics team as part of the organization. But now you will see each and every organization that has data science team. Uh, they might be calling it a different, right? Analytics team, BIU team, innovation team, but then you'll have a data scientist, right? So there's sudden boom in requirement for such kind of a skill set team, right? And post COVID, the requirement has increased multifold, right? So I'm saying very positive outlook, like in next 5, 10 years, there's going to be tremendous demand for the people with data science skill sets.
Got it. So the next question is on similar grounds. The person is asking, what is the future for the jobs and data world? Given that automation is becoming a popular thing, so are these jobs too vulnerable, or is it a safe haven for the years to come?
So see, when early century, when computer came into the picture, that people were thinking the job security is going to not there. Once you have automation is again at the back end, you'll have a data models, right? And you'll need someone to develop those models. So more automation, more people will be required to do this automation, right? And you need to acquire those respective skill set which can help you do automation. It could be self-driving car, right? It's automation, but behind there's a big algorithm which is running, and that been developed by some data scientists, right? Any NLP, any automation you look, there will be a data model behind it. So there will be a shift of a skill set from driver to say data scientist in this case. Okay, so I'm very positive on that side that that's not going to be down.
Got it. So we have a question. The person is asking, what is the type of questions asked in data science job interview, and what do recruiters look for in a candidate? But before, Hitendra, you answer this, just one thing. Guys, I didn't mention this before maybe, but in the course itself, we have a whole segment of mock interviews as well. So again, check out this link in the brochure itself where you'll explain everything step by step. But we have interviews where you will be talking to industry experts who will be guiding you. And we also have Hitendra today guiding us. So yeah.
Got it. Okay. So if I am evaluating a candidate, I'll split the question into two different sections. One is someone who's a fresher, and another someone who's having experience. So for fresher, I'll look first logic and aptitude. What are the logical thinking? How does he interpret the problem or business or problem which is thrown to him? Is he able to interpret the data? Okay, so assuming you would have no, I'll not call it data, I'll call it information. Okay, if any information is how is it getting interpreted? Those are the basic skill sets which I'll check for. Apart from if someone is from an engineering background, then I'll check on some technical skill set about SQL, Python, or any language they have worked upon. If not, then those are not very critical. If someone is from a experience background, then I'll check on a domain skill sets. For example, the industry which person is working, what kind of knowledge he has about the industry, right? Because that's very key to solve any business problem. For example, if I'm from a retail industry and I don't know how does the retail business work, I'll not be able to solve any of the retail business problems. And then project which they have worked upon, right? In that project, do they just know these are the tasks or project which I've received and I've completed from A to Z, rather than saying this was a business problem which I tried to solve using X, Y, Z. Okay, so there are two kind of people you'll see in interview. Apart from that, basic machine learning skill sets, some simple SQL questions about joins and everything, which people usually ask. If you Google also is get to know what are the basic questions. But rather than those, if I have to select someone, I'll select some more emphasis on logical skills and problem solving skills.
I hope you got your answer.
Because technical skills you can easily acquire using online sources. Problem solving skills you'll not be you'll acquire based on experience.
Correct. So the next question we have is, how is a business analyst role different from a data analyst role?
Okay, so data analyst will look at data, do some simple massaging of the data, do some calculation, create some pivots, and come up with some insights or trends. Okay, versus business analyst will do the same thing, but on and above, he'll create some strategy. Okay, now using this trend, if I change this process and make some changes in my journey or my business, I'll have this XYZ impact and actually get that implemented. So there's only two difference which you'll see in data analyst and business analyst. Business analyst will do analysis as well as try to implement those into existing framework and create a strategy around it.
Okay. I think we've already had this answer to this question. Being a complete beginner, what are the first few things to do to enter into the field? But do you have anything new that you want to add?
I'll say if you're a beginner, start with Excel. Okay. Once you're good with Excel, jump to SQL. And then third, you'll say jump to Python or R. So these are the three things which will go in sequence for specifically for beginners and one from non-technical background.
Right. What type of companies absolutely need data and business analysts?
Okay, so in terms of industry, BFSI industry is the most advanced in terms of data and consuming data, using data into day-to-day business, right? So you'll see a lot of demand in this section. Apart from BFSI, telecom, automotive, healthcare. These are the few industries where there's a very high scope. Retail industry, right? Digital, for example, Amazon, Flipkart, retail, and these are places where you'll see large volume of transaction, large volume of data, and where there's the data, you'll need a people to do analysis.
Got it. The next question is maybe can you explain the growth of the this career or the career trajectory, as we say?
So, see, again, a growth will depend, right? For example, in my case, I've been working for 10 odd years, right? And I've started as a analyst and moved to a data science head position, right? So, trajectory will depend on individual to individual, but if you are able to solve any of the business problem using data science, then there is no downside. You'll always be appreciated and recognized in anywhere you go. Okay. So I'll say it's a very upward trajectory for anyone who's doing this career or industry.
Got it. The next question is the difference between data science, data analytics, and data engineering.
Okay. Data science, data analytics, and
Data engineering.
Okay. So I'll start with data engineer. So data engineer is the one who creates a framework to get data, store data, and maintain data, right? So he'll be responsible for creating pipelines, making sure that data is properly stored, it is getting properly refreshed. Okay. He's not concerned with like what actual information is there in the data, how are people going to use it. It's not his rules and it's all. He's just making sure that data is coming proper, timely, correct pipelines are there, data is correct. Okay. Data analyst would be someone who will be looking at the data and doing some analysis or creating some reports. Okay. Or deriving simple insights and trends. Okay. Versus a data scientist, he'll go one or multiple steps ahead, using those insights and information, what else can be done, and do one stage further analysis to develop some advanced models which can solve any of the problem which business is facing. Right? It could be developing a scorecard, models, or any kind of automation also. Okay. So analysts will come up and say, okay, this is a problem where maximum turnaround time is there, right? But data science will go and solve how do I reduce the turnaround time. So there's a major difference you'll see in data analyst and data scientist.
That's nice to understand it. Thank you. And the next question we have is how much mathematical application is needed for data science field to become a master in?
Mathematical skills, basic understanding of multiples, powers, integers is fine. You don't need to know advanced derivatives and integration, which you would have done in your 10th and 12th, right? So basic understanding of numbers and maths is good enough, right? And if you do some statistical analysis, simple p-test and probability is what you need to know. Advanced mathematics not required for this role.
One question that I have seen recurringly coming was, what is the best library for making a scorecard?
I think most people use Carrot. Carrot is a Python library which has most of the algorithms required to develop a machine learning model, right? So that's a bundle of library. You can get different for each model. There will be a dedicated library also, which may or perform slightly better and give you more functionality.
Aegis, I hope you got that answer. The next question is, I want to pursue my career in data science, but I'm from a non-technical background. Is it possible to learn data science without having any technical experience?
Yes, it is possible to learn data science without having a prior technical experience. But once you learn, you'll have to acquire those skill sets. You'll then, if you don't do that, then there's no way forward.
Deepa, I think you also asked the same question. I hope you got that answer. The next question we have is, I'm currently a software developer, but struggling to switch to data science field. I'm finding it hard to make it past the resume shortlisting. How should the resume be tailored given that the only industry projects I can add are for software engineering and not from data science?
Okay, so I think there are multiple questions. First is if you want to get your CV shortlisted, you can use different jargon and keyword around data science, machine learning, NLP. Okay, but that will help you just to get a CV shortlist, but it will not help you to clear an interview, right? If you want to clear your interview, you need to do some outside project, maybe on your job or off your job, related to data science, right? And those projects will help you to clear your interview. And you need to know basic in and out of the project so that you can clear an interview. And if you do it on job, then that will give you more better prospect in clearing your interview because will have a domain expertise also there.
Correct. And we can also help you at AltUni. So just check that out. The link is again given on the live chat. The last question from the registration is how to get into the role with data analyst work X, but without tools and language experience.
So in data analysis, nowadays there are multiple tools. Like for example, you can use Power BI and Tableau like tools also to do your analysis, right? Where you need not have a coding experience, but you just import data and do data wrangling, massaging, and a lot of things. Those are the tools which you can learn to do your basic analytics, right? And I think Power BI is one of the course which AltUni is offering, right? So those are the some tools which you can use.
Okay. So I'm going to get into the questions on the live chat. So guys, whoever is here, if you want to ask any more questions, just ask away and I'll be asking Hitendra to answer them. So the first question we have is, again, I think Chandrakant is asking, I've completed SQL and Python and Tab. Still what I have to learn? What do I have to learn?
So now I think if you have gone through those, you can actually start working on some live project and acquire some machine learning skill sets.
Got it. Deepa is asking what is the minimum percentage required in graduation to enroll in AltUni's certification program in data science? Deepa, you can just enter this program. Just check out the brochure and you'll get the answer to this. Next we have, let me check. Any profile building suggestions?
Sorry, I didn't get it.
Profile, to build your profile for data scientist role. Any suggestions from your side?
If you want to build your profile, I'll say if you don't have a same domain experience, work on offline projects related to data science, and that's how you'll build your profile. Because if you want to switch your career or start as a fresher.
Got it. Then the next question is, sir, I am a pharmacy graduate fresher, but I'm currently learning Python and completed learning SQL, Excel, Tableau from various online course sources. What do I do next?
Okay, I think then the answer remains same, right? Acquire some machine learning skills and start working on some live project. AltUni will have some of the project, and apart from that, if you can go to Kaggle to look for some live projects.
Got it. So the next question is, what is the scope of non-technical folks in the highly technical team in terms of value proposition, and how can one leverage the creative and quality skills in a data science career?
So, in not if you don't have a technical, so I give you like someone doing data science or analytics. If you don't are not from a technical background, but once you jump in, you'll acquire those skill set. I've known people who have done like BA and MA in economics, but are very good at data science, and they have acquired a technical Python skill sets very fluently. Right, you'll not know that they are not an engineer or from a non-technical background, right? So once you jump in, you'll get those skill sets, right? You just need to be motivated and show interest that this is what you like.
Right. Got it. How can a CA build a career in data science?
CA, first thing which I was saying, like, you need to understand data. They already understand data and everything, right? Now they just need to acquire a technical skill set, so they can start with SQL and Python. So because they understand business or domain expertise, they understand data. They don't have technical expertise. For them now, next step will be to acquire those skill sets. And I think all in this course will be the best to start with.
Next, we have a question. What would be the best to do Tally versus Excel side courses for MBA Finance?
Tally versus Excel.
Excel side courses.
So basic Excel, though, you can learn from YouTube also. You need not go through some courses. And advanced analytics courses, there are lots of courses available on Coursera. So you can pick up advanced analytics course from there.
Got it. Next we have by Sandeep. He's asking, I have 7+ experience in accounts field. Right now I'm taking training on Tableau software. So I wanted to upload resume. Should I mention my previous experience or make my resume as a fresher for Tableau?
You definitely mentioned a previous experience, but highlight your new skill set which you have acquired, right? And make sure that it's clear that you're applying for a different role than what the experience which you hold.
Vignesh is asking, sir, I have 2 years experience as back-end developer, then worked in bank for 3 years, and now I'm looking for data science profile job. Will I be able to get back in it, data science roles?
Yes, definitely you can, right? Since you already have a technical expertise, you have lending a BFSI knowledge. If you don't, I'm assuming you already have been having a SQL skill sets, right? You just need to acquire Python skill sets and do some projects.
Got it. Next, we have Priyanka asking BCom versus BBA before MBA. MBA, especially any IM. I'm currently a student of 11th. Want to pursue marketing or finance in MBA. Also interested in personal finance.
Sorry, I didn't get the question.
Yeah, okay, I got the question. Yeah, I was also thinking. So she's asking, should I go for BCom or BBA? She wants to do MBA, but before that, right now she's an 11th grade student, commerce background. So she's asking, if should I do a BCom or a BBA? And she has interest in MBA finance or marketing.
I think this question may not be relevant to me, but I'll
Yeah.
answer. It will not make a difference if you do BBA or BCom if you want to do MBA in finance or marketing, right? It will depend like how good you do in your entrance exam, right? Your graduation will not make a play there. So it's independent. I think you can decide which better college or field you are getting.
Got it. I hope you got your answer. Endla is asking, I am studying MBA in data science and AI from IIT Mandi. What kind of career roles in the current industry in India that I can focus on? Sir, can you please describe more regarding this?
Okay, so I think you're already doing a what post-graduate course?
MBA in data science and AI.
Okay, MBA in data science and AI, right? Then now you need to pick up like what kind of field interests you, right? you can choose, you want to go into BFSI, you want to go into retail, you want to go into consulting. Uh, and I'll suggest in long-term career growth, you should stick to same industry, right? Because if you keep on switching to your industry, your knowledge of previous industry will not add value in the next job, right? For example, me, I've been working in lending for like last 7, 8 years, right? That helps. If I go and switch to some different industry, like for example, automotive, it will take me 1 year, 2 years just to acquire the expertise in that industry. So pick what interests you, and then I think you will have already done the skill sets required to apply for data science role as part of your course.
Got it. Beneath is asking which platform do we use to learn machine learning skills?
So when I started, I learned through courses of Andrew Ng. I think he's the pioneer of the machine learning and AI. You'll find some of the courses freely available on Coursera.
Got it. Next we have Satyanarayana. He's asking, I have done my MBA Finance in 2016, have 3 years experience on and off, not continuous experience. What course can I do for a more settled career? I'm still working on contract basis or contract roles now.
Okay, so first thing, if you have on and off the job, if you have a legitimate explanation, then HR should be okay with that. If you want to continue, I don't know which domain or industry you're working on. If you want to continue in data science, then you should do some courses, right? And AltUni could be one of them. Get skill sets acquired for SQL, Python, and analytics skills.
Got it. So I think we are done with all the questions. Guys, if you have MBA Finance or any other questions, just we'll answer them on Inside IM platform and with relevant people. We are talking about data, so I won't be answering those. So yes, we are done with this session. Thank you so much everyone for joining in, and thank you so much for joining in.
Thank you so much.
Glad to talk to you. Guys, see you next time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.